All right, hello, good morning, everybody. Uh, we are going to get started today with our calendar activities. We're going to talk about some dinosaurs today, a little bit of Mother's Day stuff, and that will wrap up our Dinosaurs and Mother's Day week. All right, here we go. We are going to put on number 8 today. All right, so today is Friday. Okay, it is May 8th, 2020. If we were at school today, today would have been our field trip day. And it is actually not too bad out today. It is spring. The weather today is kind of partly sunny, partly cloudy. It is not terrible. It's cool, but it's really windy, so it makes it feel worse. So we'd have to make sure that we were bundled up if we were at the Kendrick's Woods or if we went to the park today, whatever thing that we decided to do. The good thing is, if we did go to Kendrick's Woods, the trees would block a lot of that wind, so it wouldn't be terrible. All right. If we were at school today, we would have had computers today. Uh, Yesterday was Thursday, so we would have had art and guidance, and then tomorrow is Saturday. We have no school, so you won't have anything to do. It will be now, since we're at home doing homework. Today is the last day of your packets. Okay, so you can finish your packets if you have anything to do. Now, if you have extra papers, don't worry about those extra papers. You can keep those. You can do them some other day. If you don't want to keep them, then I guess you can throw them away, I guess. But make sure that the ones that you did do, that you make sure you turn those in. Okay? Now, next week, if you look on your paper that your mom and dad were probably looking at reading, there's a checklist of things to do for next week. So I think Monday is like you go on a nature walk or something, and then another day you go on a walk to find sounds. And next Friday, when we will be our last day, if you do turn stuff in, there's a checklist of things to find at our school. Now, not inside our school because you can't go inside, but things to find at our school, like around the school. Okay. And I do know one of them is to count how many windows you see. So that's kind of cool. All right. So you can kind of do a walk around the school, around on the sidewalk, maybe, or drive around, whatever you need to do. Okay. All right. So right now you can pause and sing the days of the week, and then pause again and do the months of the year. All right. The menu. Yesterday I had a good sandwich again, just like I did the other day, with ham on it and cheese and mayonnaise and um, ketchup and pickles, and then sprinkled a few chips on there. That's so good. You got to try it. I know somebody's trying. I'm pretty sure it was you, McKinley. You got to tell everybody it was really good. Let's do the count. So we were at 168 days. Now we are at 169 days of school. And that means that there would only be 11 days left. 11 days left of school. All right, so if we were at school, there would be 11 days left. Now, if we were really at school, this whole last week down here on the bottom, we'd be doing all kinds of fun stuff. And we're going to do some of that stuff here coming up, but that whole week would be full of stuff. All right. And actually, the next Junie B. Jones book goes along with something that we would be doing at school. So I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but when we get to that book, I'll tell you. All right. So that whole last week would be all fun stuff. All right. And then actually, next week, we would be doing all ocean stuff. So we'd learn about ocean animals and things like that. So that was always really fun. All right. Okay. Ooh, let's do our countdown to summer. I forgot that. Make sure that if you count, see if you can count to 169. All right. Yesterday, our countdown was the letter N. Hopefully, you made a necklace or something. You could make one for your mom for Mother's Day. Our letter today is O, and it says to do the lesson outside. So, this that you're watching right now, maybe you can pause. You're watching on your phone or your mom's phone or your Chromebook or your laptop or whatever. Maybe you can pause right now and you can go sit outside, maybe on your patio, or if you have a deck, or maybe you have like a little playhouse like what Josie and Jackson have. You can, if your internet gets that far, you can go sit out there and watch this video. It is kind of windy and chilly, so you might have to put some a coat on and a hat maybe, because it is super windy out here. I was trying to work on Josie and Jackson's new playset last night, and it was just so windy I couldn't even hardly do it. All right, and it's pretty windy today. So that is it for our morning stuff. Let's go into math now. We've been talking about graphing this week. I don't have any other graphing stuff, so remember, we have the Fuzzbugs game on ABC. Now, if you try to use ABC, you got to use it on a computer. You can't use it on your phone, okay? For some reason, ABC, it won't let you use it on your phone. You have to put in a username and all this stuff if you use it on your phone. But ABC on your computer is really cool. So you can search in there and look for graphing and do the Fuzzbugs graphic. If you want some of the graphing stuff that we've talked about this week, the papers, just send me a message, email me, and I'll send it to you. Easy as that. All right, let's go through sight words now. Remember, our new word was saw, and our other word, saw. Same word, right? Just a lowercase and a capital saw. All right, let's go through some of our words here. Here we go. See if you can say them before I say them. Ready? Is, she, is, she, look, of, look, of, like, my, little, me, we, little, he, like, my. Very good. All right, good job. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is normally on Fridays we play sight word games, right? So we're going to play a little game. So if you have a piece of paper or a whiteboard or something, you can pause right now, go grab something to write with and something to write on, or whatever you're going to put on. So go get that stuff, pause, come back. All right, now that you're back, here's what you're going to do. I'm going to tell you a word, and you are going to see if you can write it down, okay? So remember, we used to play this game where I would say like the word dog, and then on your board, you'd have to write it. You'd play against somebody else, right? On the two ends of the table, and you have to write it on the board as fast as you can and hold your board up. Okay, so let's see if you can do that. All right, here we go. First word is rug. Rug. Can you write the word rug? Okay, pause if you have to. All right, the word rug is rug. R-U-G, rug. All right, here's the next one. Now the next one is going to have a blend in it. The first sound is a blend. Ready? Shop. Shop. Okay. Make sure that you pause if you need to pause. Shop. So shop. Shop. So the sh sound is S-H. Ah is O, and then P. Shop. Shop. Okay. All right, next one. Thin. This one has a blend too. Thin. Remember what sound makes a th? All right, pause if you need to. So thin. In. So TH makes the sound. I is I, and N is N. So T-H-I-N. Thin. Okay? All right, next one. Hut. Hut. Kind of like Pizza Hut. All right, pause if you need to. Hut. So is H, is U, and T is T. Hut. H-U-T. Hut. All right, we got one more. Mix. 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 Pause if you need to. Mix. Ix. So is M, I is I, and X is X. So M-I-X, mix. Very good. All right. Next thing that we're going to do real quick is we're going to go through some of our blends and some of our letter sounds. Okay. So remember SH. SH goes shh. All right. And then you can do the rest of it. SH, shh, right? You do the rest. All right. CH goes ch. CH, ch, right? All right. CK goes k. CK, k. All right. And then it's sick, pick, karate kick. All right. TH makes two sounds. Remember, the first sound is, and that's thick, thick, thin, thumbs up. And then the other one is TH, and that's this, that, them, right? WH goes wh, 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 what, where, when, right? OO makes two sounds. It goes ooh or like you got punched in the belly, right? OO, hoop, scoop, or no, shoot, scoop, hula hoop. That's how it goes. Shoot, scoop, hula hoop. All right, and then OO, and that's book, look, Bigfoot. All right, and then ING goes ing, ing, right? And that's running, jumping, singing. ALL goes all, all, bouncing ball, make a call, don't fall in the hall. All right, AR, like a pirate. And then what's a pirate's favorite place to eat? Arby's. What's a pirate's favorite animal? A shark. And what's a pirate's favorite thing at school? Art, right? All right, and then we had AW, aw, right? AW, 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 okay? And then we had OW, which is O or ow, right? Ooh, goodness. All right, OWO, and that's low, grow, row your boat, right? And then OW, ow, and that's how now, brown cow at the powwow, peace, right? And then we also had last week we had IR, right? IR goes okay? And a lot of times if you see a vowel like a IR, OR, UR, ER, it usually goes okay? And then AR goes R, says R, okay? All right, excuse me, goodness. All right, we're going to finish up dinosaurs here. So let's go through some of our dinosaur things. Remember, carnivores are ones that eat meat, right? They only eat meat, like a T-Rex, right? Then we had herbivores, ones that only eat plants, like a Brachiosaurus. Then we had omnivores, which eat both meat and plants. Remember, people are omnivores. Most people, not all people, I guess. Okay, so omnivores. Then we know that scientists don't really know what happened to them. There's lots of different things that they think. They think there might be a sickness or, they just died. I don't know. But a lot of them think that there's probably a giant meteor that crashed into the earth and it made a big crater and all this dust blocked out the sun. It also made all the volcanoes explode and earthquakes and all this stuff. And then all that was left was their skeletons. We talked on Wednesday about paleontologists, which are special scientists that study dinosaurs, and they use special tools, okay, for those dinosaurs. So maybe you did some of our dinosaur experiments that we did with digging for fossils. If you did, make sure that you, if you have a picture, that you send it to me, or send me a message saying, yeah, I did that dinosaur thing. I did the cookie thing where you had to pick it out with a toothpick. You got to pick out the little chocolate chips, or maybe you made a box with sand in it and you put some stuff in it and you use a little paintbrush, or, just anything. to dig around and find fossils. Okay, maybe you went out in your landscaping or wherever in your driveway and you found rocks with fossils in them. Okay, maybe you made fossils with the coffee grounds, right? The like coffee Play-Doh stuff, right? Actually, Avery and her sister, they made some fossil dough fossils the other day. That was pretty cool. They sent me a picture of that. That was awesome. All right. And we know that fossils can be all kinds of things. It can be leaves. It can be bones of like a leaf or a frog. It can also be footprints, right? Okay. And it can be dinosaur eggs. Or it could be like the skull of a dinosaur. Remember, we talked about how fossils were made and they have to take a long time, like millions of years, right? And if we said if this eraser was something, it died and then stuff piled on top of it, all the skin and guts and stuff kind of rotted away, all was left was the bones, and then dirt piled on top and more and more and more and more and more, you know, and so it's millions of years and it's pushing down so hard, makes it, forces it into becoming a rock, right? And that's when scientists find it. All right. Remember, paleontologists, they don't have, you know, a puzzle picture to see what it's supposed to look like. They have to guess, right? So lots of times they guess, and then sometimes there'll be pieces missing of that dinosaur. So then they have to make pieces, and then they have to put, we read in the big book, excuse me, goodness. We read in the big book that scientists have to guess what kind of skin they had, and they had to guess what color it was and things. So they had to put stuff on it. All right. So hopefully you enjoyed doing dinosaurs this week. This was always my favorite week. We would have done some awesome centers this week. We had centers where we had to spell words with dinosaur bones. We had centers where we had dinosaur cards that had a sight word on it, and you had to play a game. And if you could read the sight word, you got to keep it. You know, we played some games like that before. And if you got a volcano one, that means you had to put all your cards back in the pile, right? We had one that had like dinosaur math. So you had to match a dinosaur card that had a math problem on it to the one on your paper. And you had to write down like, if this dinosaur card said 2 + 3, you had to find the dinosaur on your paper and write 2 + 3 and figure out what the answer was. All right. And then what else was there? Oh, we would have made dinosaur masks. That would have been cool. We had like a velociraptor and a triceratops, and I think maybe a T-Rex or something that was really cool. We would have made dinosaur masks. I'm trying to think what else. There was something else that we would have done. Well, we would have made the fossils this week. We would have done all that fossil stuff. That would have been awesome. Oh, we would have had, I have dinosaur, like big giant stickers that we would have put on the floor so it looked like a dinosaur walked through our classroom. That was always fun. And then today we would have been doing our dinosaur reports, right? Making a big poster and writing some of our dinosaur stuff. And that would have been your homework this week. You had no homework except to do your dinosaur report. And I always know that you guys would do an awesome job with dinosaur reports. So that's what I always liked. And we would have watched a dinosaur movie today. So yeah. Oh well. So hopefully you can do that. You can hunt for dinosaur fossils, maybe make your own fossil. Maybe you can watch a dinosaur movie. I know one movie that we would have watched this week would have been The Magic School Bus, Busasaurus. That's always a good one, right? Or we, you know, if you have Jurassic Park movies, you can watch those at home, or you can go on YouTube. There's all kinds of awesome dinosaur ones. Or if you have Netflix, they might have dinosaur videos on there. Okay. All right. So try to do some of that. We have one more dinosaur book that we're going to read. And this one was a funny one. We would have done this on Monday. So this is Dinosaurs Love Underpants. And remember, I told you that we would color these dinosaur pictures, right? And there's that one that he's wearing some underwear. And then there's this one where he actually has a dinosaur on his underwear. That's funny. And then this one is kind of like, looks like you could color it like camouflage underwear, right? And then we would color a pair of underwear, whatever color you want, and then we would cut it out and then cut this one out. And on here you would write, my underwear is purple with green dots, or whatever, or my underwear is stinky and has brown stripe in it. That'd be funny. Okay, so we'd make some funny ones and then we'd stick them in the hallway, so that would be fun. All right, so we're going to read this book called Dinosaurs Love Underpants. All right, and I'm going to move over so you guys can see this better, so hang on with me. All right, so Dinosaurs Love Underpants, and this is by Claire Friedman and Ben Court. So sometimes authors will write things together. All right, so those two people wrote this. All right, and then look at all these underwear. That's kind of funny. All right, Dinosaurs Love Underpants. Oh, and it says right here, Claire Friedman was the author, and then right here it says Ben Court was actually the illustrator. That's pretty cool. All right. Dinosaurs were all wiped out a long way back in history. No one knows quite how or why. Now this book solves the mystery. It all began when cavemen felt embarrassed in the nude, and that means they were naked. Someone dreamed up underpants to stop them from looking crude. The dinosaurs roamed everywhere, all teeth and huge long necks, but scariest and meanest was Tyrannosaurus Rex. When T-Rex saw man's undies, he roared with deafening rants, "I don't want to eat you up. I want your underpants." T-Rex stole a furry pair, but his briefs quickly ripped. He couldn't get them past his feet. "Oh, oops, watch out!" He tripped. Triceratops was happy, wearing undies on every horn. Still, Styracosaurus snatched them, and they ended up all torn. That's a hard one to read, that name. The pants from woolly mammoth coats made Stegosaurus itchy. Diplodocus was really mad. His briefs were way too pinchy. Goodness, I can't read today. "We're running low on underpants," the caveman quacked in shock. "These dinos are undies crazy. They've completely run amok." Soon undies were flying everywhere, all torn by tooth and claw. The dinosaurs were fighting in a great briefs tug of war. The mighty underpants war raged all night. Thump, pow, bash, thwack, clout. The fighting got so crazy, all the dinosaurs were wiped out. The next day, out the cavemen crept and cheered at what they saw. "Hooray! Our biggest enemy is now, at last, no more." So when you put your undies on, always treat them with great care. Don't forget briefs saved mankind. You're not just underwear. And look, that boy's got a dinosaur on his underwear. And there's the underwear again. So in this book, it says that dinosaurs, they all died because they all were fighting over underwear. That's pretty funny, isn't it? All right, now I do have one more book that I'm just going to show you some of the pictures. This one's a really long, it's very thick. But this is called Dinosaurs on My Street. Okay, and this is by David West. And so this says, welcome to a world where dinosaurs have suddenly appeared on the streets of my hometown. Don't ask me how they got there. One day, everything was normal. The next, they're everywhere. Big, scary, meat-eating ones. Giant, long-necked ones. Noisy, trumpeting ones. Spiky, armored ones. And packs of dangerous little ones with sharp claws. There are dozens of them, each of them with its own special set of talents. I've shown a few of them here so you can see what it's like living in a town where dinosaurs roam the streets. I'll just show you this one is Alerinus. And this one is Allosaurus. Ankylosaurus. Argentinosaurus. Brachiosaurus. Carnotaurus. Had to look at that one a little bit. That's hard to say. Cryolophosaurus. Deinonychus. Dromius. Deltadromius. Ugh, that's hard to say. Dilophosaurus. Diplodocus. Europasaurus. Gigantosaurus. Gigantoraptor. Maiasaurus. Oh no, Maiasaura. Microraptor. And then there's a whole bunch more that are in this book. So that's just some of the dinosaurs that we would have talked about, and we would have had cards and all that stuff that you guys would have found some awesome facts about. Okay. All right, we have one more thing that we're going to do, and we're going to read one last Mother's Day book. So make sure that you make something really nice for your Mother's Day, for Mother's Day, a card, or, do something really nice for her, like we read in that book the other day. Okay. So make sure you tell your mom how much that you love her and that she's a very special person. Okay. So this is called Mother's Day Surprise by Stephen Krensky and illustrated by Kathy Ember. All right. So let's see what happens today. Violet was a young snake. She liked sliding and slithering and shedding her skin whenever it got old. In her free time, Violet often played with the other animals. She raced the rabbits. She hung next to the bats, and she fooled around with the chipmunks. But as spring was sprung, Violet noticed a change in the air. The other animals were suddenly very busy, too busy to play with. Violet wondered why everyone was in such a hurry. "What's the rush?" she asked a fox trotting by. "Things to do," he said. Violet could see that. "What things?" she asked, but the fox was already gone. Violet looked around for anyone with a moment to spare. What's going on? She asked a skunk digging in the dirt. We're getting ready for Mother's Day, he explained. Already? Said Violet. The skunk laughed. Well, you can't start too soon. It takes time to make the perfect gift. Violet had to admit that it was true. But what kind of gift would be perfect for her mother? Violet watched a squirrel sorting through a pile of acorns. He was very picky about it. Why are you being so fussy? Violet asked. They're for my mother, said the squirrel, and she likes them crunchy. And this one says extra crunchy, crunchy, not so crunchy. Next, Violet saw a bear crushing some honeycombs. That looks like sticky work, said Violet. The bear agreed, but I have to do it right. My mother likes things just so. Then Violet saw a beaver chomping on a fallen tree trunk. What are you doing? Violet asked. Shh, said the beaver. Don't disturb the artist at work. Sorry, said Violet. I can't afford to make any mistakes, the beaver went on. When I'm done, my mother will love this. Violet was glad everyone was working so hard, but wasn't but that wasn't helping her. What could she do for her own mother? Without arms or legs or teeth, she couldn't make anything like the other animals. Never before had Violet felt it was hard being a snake, but she felt that way now. As Mother's Day approached, Violet got sadder and sadder. The other animals were finishing up their gifts, and Violet still hadn't started hers. It wasn't fair. It wasn't fair at all. Then Violet got an idea. She practiced and practiced her present in secret. It was a tricky business, but slowly she made progress. On the morning of Mother's Day, all the animals were ready with their presents. Violet was ready too. Happy Mother's Day, shouted Violet. Oh my, said her mother. What a nice surprise. It's perfect, Violet, absolutely perfect. Violet was very happy. Even without arms or legs or teeth, she had shown her mother just how she felt. And her mother felt the same way too. Very good. So that's our Mother's Day book. So you could do something like that for your mother too. It doesn't have to be anything, that you buy or anything like that. It could just be something like giving a hug or making a heart, right? Just something that way she knows that you care for her. All right, well, that's it for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed Dinosaur Week. I know I always really like Dinosaur Week. Next week, we're going to do a bunch of different stuff each day. Hopefully, I can get all my stuff around for each thing, and we can do some of that stuff. Hopefully, I can figure out how we can do some of the experiments too. All right, so hopefully, you guys have a great day. Go eat some lunch. It is lunchtime now. Um, hopefully you can get outside. It's a little windy and cool today, but hopefully it will warm up. I know it's going to be windy for like the next 3 or 4 days. So hopefully you can get outside, play, or do something fun. Make sure that you're sending me pictures of things that you're doing. Let me know how you're doing. And maybe if you're not even in our class, you could send me a picture, right? I know my nieces Briley and Kinley are watching, right? Okay, you guys can send me a picture, or I know Blake in Mrs. Rossman's class watches. So Blake, you can send pictures and things. So hopefully you're doing something fun, and let me know what you're doing. Maybe we can make a video out of it. We could do what you're doing. That'd be cool. All right. So everybody have a great day. Have a great weekend because tomorrow's Saturday, so no school. Sleep in a little bit, do whatever. All right, and I will see you later, hopefully for some Junie B. Jones, and then I'll see you next week for our all new video. All right, everybody have a great day. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.